Welcome everybody. This was the DTM season 2024. We have our race winner here from the final race of the season, Luca Engstler for Lamborghini. And we also have our new DTM champion here, Mirko Bortolotti for SSR Performance Lamborghini. I think first of all, this was a big round of applause here from our journalists. So now it's a hard decision who to start with, but I'm starting with you, Luca, as you won the race. Congrats, you finished the season almost like you started it with a win. So first DTM win came at Oschersleben at the season opener, and now final race, your second DTM victory. Congrats for that. So how did you manage that to suddenly, after the pit stops, come out in front?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, big congrats to Mirko on winning the championship. I think that's for me still a long-term dream to be there one day, and then yeah, following him through the season I think is well deserved. So that I wanted to say first. For the race, obviously it was massive emotions again. Pit stop was good, in lap was good, out lap, and I think that was a bit of a game changer today, stopping earlier than the cars in front. And I really let everything out there in that first 3 laps, and that helped me to build up temp quickly and then overtake the cars that were on the cold tires. And I think, yeah, that was the game changer.
And then you were leading Mirko Bortolotti. Was it busy over the radio with Gottfried? So what to do, stay in front of him? Or I think that was a hard decision.
Being honest, I always knew that he would not attack because he's very smart and wants to win a title. But on the other side, I was screaming in the radio, tell him that I will fight for the victory like there's no tomorrow, just to be safe. But obviously it was always clear that I would not make any silly mistake or stupid stuff. I think he was very smart on just trying to leave me enough room that I don't need to focus too much on the mirror. And basically then for me was clear, if I put in some good laps and we keep the gap to René, we will finish as we are. So then the focus was just to put one good lap in after the other, and that helped. And I think 10 laps more, it would have been a bit more spicy, but I was happy that it was over then.
Was it always your strategy to stop early to perform an undercut?
Being honest, not. We were quite clear that we need to decide it freestyle on how the situation goes. I think the team I'm in is known for being a bit freestyle, so we just decided to let it go, and I think they again made a very good call.
Yeah. How would you judge your DTM season? So with 2 wins.
Well, if somebody would have told me I get two wins, I would have signed it right away. But yeah, also there's still a lot to learn compared to the big boys. They score results weekend after weekend, where we have some bad weekends in. And I think if you take our top 5 results, we are within the front runners. But unfortunately, you need 10 or 20 good results to be there. So now it's a lot of homework for the winter and trying to get on top of our bad weekends. And that's something where we need to get better to score points on our bad weekends.
Okay, thank you, Luca. Then moving on to our new DTM champion, Mirko Bortolotti. Very big congrats. So finally, 3rd time lucky. On the 3rd attempt, it finally happened, and you are the new champion. So it was a very great performance from you this weekend here at Hockenheim. How does it feel, and can you describe a little bit your emotions?
Yeah, thank you, first of all. And it's definitely a bit tough to put in words because it's, you know, something really, really major, really big for us. First of all, I want to thank Lamborghini. They took me out of the hole 10 years ago and believed in me, gave me a chance, and we went through thick and thin together, and having great success together at the same time. And today, I think, was the biggest success for us and for myself as well. Definitely the biggest title of my career. So I'm incredibly proud of everyone. Also need to thank everybody involved in DTM, all the teams I've been given the chance and the pleasure to drive and work with, starting from T3 Motorsport back in the days, giving me the chance to do the guest start in Assen. GRT, of course, Gottfried, really important guy in my career as well, for the first season where we always, where we also were close to it, but it didn't work out, and definitely SSR Performance, Stefan Schlund as well, everybody involved for the last 2 seasons. You needed to be part of it every day behind the scenes to understand how this success was built, was even possible to be built, and where it comes from. The hours, the dedication, the job that everybody did is something for me very unique and very special, and I will carry this for the rest of my life. So I just want to thank them, and it's a really special day for me.
So you had a really quick car today. I think you laid the foundation of today's victory in the qualifying this morning. Not the easiest conditions with the fog and very humid air. So, but your car was a rocket. How did you do that mentally? It must be quite tough. You were in the situation already last year on pole position. Then came Thomas with a bang. Now putting the car on pole, having Nicky as a wingman. So how did that work out?
Yeah, it was the pressure we were in, I think, was insane, honestly, the whole season, but especially towards the end of the year where it started to get really, really close, really, a mental game at the same time, not only on track, and, to keep your performance up, to keep your focus up, don't make mistakes, compensate, situations that are not favorable. All these kind of things played a really big factor. And at the end of the day, we are here as the winners, celebrating the championship. But I also want to mention that, especially not only, but especially the 2 rivals I had at the end, Maro and Kelvin, I want to mention them as well. They've been amazing. I really rate them high. I have huge respect for both of them. And at the end, there's just one champion, but for me, we are on the same level, and this year just didn't work out more for us. But it's been the pressure we've been in. Once again, also looking at yesterday was insane. You come into the weekend with a 15 points lead, and after day 1, it's all gone, and you're not leading anymore. And then on the next day, you're on the final day of the championship, and you need to deliver. And it might look easy then, but I can tell you it's not. And I think we've been challenged on every single element on the highest possible difficulty level. And we managed to bring it home, which is something really special and unique.
So the first guy who congratulated you for the victory was Thomas, where you were celebrating in front of the South Grandstand, so last year's champion. Did you swap any words or just giving a high five?
No, he was the first to congratulate, and he said, I deserve it. So, to hear these words from the reigning champion, and we don't have to, he doesn't need introduction. It's something that really means a lot to me, and was a special moment.
So, did you change something on your car compared to yesterday for today's qualifying or for the race, or was it the same setup?
No, we changed the car yesterday in the race was good, but was not great. I was not happy, especially the second stint. I was struggling big time. So we sat down. I think I went to sleep really late yesterday, but I was with the engineers until 11 in the night to really figure out what we should do. We made a brave move on changing quite a significant part on the setup, which basically we went back to the setup we were running last year, as we tried something different this weekend for this race, because that worked in Red Bull Ring, so we thought it might work here. It actually did, but not the way I wanted in the race, so we went back, and it was a brave move, in my opinion, to do it. But we had to try something, because I knew with the car I had yesterday, it would have been a bit more difficult. So I think we made the right calls also from that side, and the quality was definitely really good and really important.
Thank you, Mirko. Then finally moving on to René Rast. René,
hello.
Hello. You know that situation of Mirko quite well, being in that situation as a DTM champion already 3 times. So how was your race today? A little bit similar to last year's final round at Hockenheim, where you also came from the back and ended on the podium. So same textbook today?
Yeah, first of all, as well from my side, congrats to Mirko and the whole SSR team. Also well deserved. I think he tried last couple of years and never really managed for different reasons. But this year I think he drove a very smart, intelligent way, very fast. Always when it counted he was there, so big respect for that. Also to the
Thank
team.
you.
No mistakes, so very big achievement. My race, was very similar to last year. Started from the back, fast car, good pit stop, good strategy. Managed to close the gap to Mirko and Luca, but unfortunately just a few laps too short. But we maximized what we had, the package we had. We were never the fastest in the qualifiers this year. This was our weak point. We knew that, but we just tried to maximize, which we did today.
But finally, you carry a T-shirt with you, Schubert Motorsport, DTM team champions. So with your band of guys, that wasn't the worst year. So being a team champion is also quite nice. Yeah,
very happy for the boys and girls. The winter was tough because obviously we got 3 cars now on our team, which is not easy to switch from 2 cars to 3 cars, which needs a lot of things changing. And I think they managed pretty well. Everybody in the team was working hard the whole season and never gave up, even though we were sometimes in positions where we didn't want to be. But they delivered very good pit stop, never any technical problem in my car. And as I said, it's not easy to switch from 2 to 3 cars within the winter time and employ a lot of new mechanics, new engineers, and the team has still to function in a nice way, which is not easy. And they deserve that one as well.
Okay, thank you, René. I guess we have some questions here from the floor.
Yeah, 2 questions, one for Mirko and one for René. Is it working? One question for Mirko and one for René. First of all, congratulations, Mirko. Despite that Grasser is a rival team driving also Lamborghinis, is there sometimes information sharing when your team is maybe lost with setup or other problems? And the question for René is, looking over the whole season, it always looks that you are struggling in qualifying, then you're becoming quicker in the race, or your car is quicker in the race. Do you have an explanation for that?
Yeah, so I mean, direct information sharing there is not. We are not sharing data or stuff like this, but we have a good relationship. So anytime we struggle or they struggle or something is not going the right way, we exchange ourselves, but we are not sharing data or stuff like this. And I don't think that. I mean, GRT is a team that I know really well. I've been there for 7 or 8 years from the first day of the Huracan GT3. I don't think they need a lot of information to set up their car. But in DTM, there can always be something that you can do better. So for sure, to have some exchanges and to talk about some topics, some here and there can help. But there's no direct information sharing.
No, we don't know why we are struggling to qualify so much. If we would knew, then we would have changed it. We tried many things, which none of them were working. It looks like we have good race pace, but in qualify we are just missing half a second or more, sometimes a bit less, sometimes more. In the race, the car switches on compared to the others. I mean, lap times are way slower than qualify, obviously, but we just gained pace compared to the others. So either they do something different in qualify, or we do something stupid in qualify. But we tried everything. We tried last year's setup. We tried different procedures, different setups. Nothing worked. So, yeah, difficult to explain.
It's mysterious.
Yeah, exactly. We don't do it on purpose, I can tell you.
Okay. Any more questions from the floor, Sven?
Yeah, big congrats to Mirko for the title in this race. How surprised have you been that suddenly Luca Engstler was overtaking you? And did you think in the end of the race, did you want to overtake him? And did you have in your mind maybe it's not a good idea?
Yeah, because the first stint I was actually quite had a little bit of a gap to Niki, so I thought I'm quite safe. And then suddenly Luca pops up behind me, and I was like, "Where is he coming from?" And so I was definitely a bit surprised to see him there. But then they explained me that he pitted earlier, and it obviously, you know, he undercut and went for the full strategy for the race win. Let's say. In our position today, to be honest, we had a different focus. We wanted to win the championship, and we knew we had to cover some people on the strategy side. So maybe it was clear that we could be a little bit attackable looking at the pure race result. And to your second question, we are racers. We always want to win. So for sure, I was thinking about it. But then I also started thinking, yeah, I'm in a comfortable position. They nailed the strategy for this race. Why should I try to get a risk and maybe damage the car and destroy everything? And at the end of the day, it's a Lamborghini winning. So as long as it's a Lambo winning, I'm happy.
You said also before that there were mental games. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that. What was going on in the last bit of the championship in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, the pressure was definitely the highest levels I ever experienced in my life, to be honest. Pressure coming not only from the sportive side, coming also from the media side. You're also a good explanation for that. And so good job on that. Thanks for that. Really helped me and makes it even more special, to be honest.
Not on purpose. Not on purpose.
So good job, Sven. And yeah, just the whole thing got spiced up, and as it should be, because we want to have a good show. We want to have the highest level of difficulty. I don't know if you can say that in English, but in Italian you say that. And yeah, the mind games were there definitely. It's quite clear, and I think to try to isolate yourself, try to still keep the focus on what you need to do, focus on your performance. The job is not as easy as it looks, but we managed to do it well.
Was there also mental games with your direct opponents, with Maro and with Kelvin, and also the teams involved?
Honestly, I wouldn't say so. I think we had a fight. Obviously, all three of us, as I said before, would have probably deserved to win. And at the end, but I also have to say that there's nothing happened between us which was unfair or unter der Gürtellinie. Wie sagt man das auf Englisch?
Under the belt.
Under the belt, yes. So I really appreciate that. I mean, they're both great professionals, and we all know Maro and Kelvin. I think they don't need presentation, and they behaved as the champions they are. At the same time, obviously, they try to play their game as it's normal. I played mine.
What did you learn from the recent title fights? Because you've been in every year you're in DTM, you are fighting for the title. What were the key things you learned in this process?
Well, I think I grew up a lot, definitely, in especially looking at the first season where definitely I did two crucial mistakes, which cost me a lot of points. I think we were in the game there as well, but you cannot afford to throw away certain races. Nürburgring Race 1 2022 is the biggest example. That was probably the biggest mistake that I did as a race driver, and I immediately admitted and also apologized to Felipe Fraga back then. And that cost us a lot, because I think a second place in that race would have been a fantastic result, and that shifted the championship towards Sheldon. And coming to last season, I must say, not much we could have done better. I think Mantai and Thomas were just that little bit better and stronger than us and deserved the title.
how proud are you that you are the first Italian champion since Nicola Larini in '93, and also the first time an Italian brand takes the title after Alfa Romeo in the same year?
Yeah, it's really special. It's been too long since a non-German brand has won a DTM, so I'm really happy that we managed to write a piece of history for the motorsport as well.
Any plans for the celebration tonight?
Yes, we'll go flat out.
Then, one final question.
Yeah, hi guys. First of all, congratulations to all three of you. I have a question for René. Since Mirko described how tough this championship battle was for him, what was your toughest championship battle in DTM and in general in racing?
I think 2017, my first title, it was not really expected that I will win the championship. So I went into the last race. I was like, okay, maybe I win, maybe not. So there was not a lot of pressure. I think the worst one was 2018, when we won 5 races in a row. And I had to win the 6th one to win the title, or to be able to win the title. Yeah, I remember in the grid, the full grandstand was full with Audi flags. Everything was red, and the whole Audi sport, everybody, all the drivers, all the teams were driving for me for the last 5 races. And there was so much pressure that actually I collapsed on the grid just before the start. That was, I think, the most intense moment I ever had in racing.
Then thank you all of you three. So our next appointment is end of April 2025. So we hope to see you then all at Oschersleben. Mirko was hopefully starting #1 on his car. And yeah, thank you for a brilliant 40th DTM anniversary season. We have a great champion here. Thank you guys, and see you later for celebrations. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.